which rookie do you expect to make the biggest impact in 2022 for the 49ers?
It's going to be Danny Gray, the wide receiver from SMU. Why? Okay. Because this is a player that this is, I think, part of the reason Ayuk had so many issues. They used Ayuk as the runoff guy last year, and he resented it. Yeah. And he didn't want to run all those routes, and he didn't want to run off the coverage for a quarterback who couldn't get him the ball. I mean, if you had a quarterback that couldn't throw the deep ball and you're running all the deep routes and you're winded and the ball's going to Debo underneath as you're running off the coverage, I'd be hacked off after a while too. So I think that had something to do with it. I think Gray will. I think he is fast. I think he's not just fast. He's Tyreek Hill kind of fast. He's explosive. And I just think that he's going to be an impactful guy. He's going to flash early. They're going to see it. And they're going to use him to create space on offense all year long.
I can't wait to see Danny Gray in the rookie minicamp because I just went back and looked at my camp report from 2018. Right. I nailed Dante Pettis. The first time I saw him, I was like, this guy is soft. He twice alligator armed a pass over the middle. I nailed him the first time I saw him. So I want to see Danny Gray because my thing with Danny Gray is he is super explosive. Man, he catches the ball with his chest. And with Trey, we talked about it. Trey Lance is going to need some serious mitts. So I just want to see it in person. Like, dude, can you catch Trey Lance's passes? Because I know you'll be a deep threat for sure. Screen's great. Like, what about the intermediate game? That's all. Like, can we throw you the ball on a 15-yard dig? Otherwise, and I guess like as a 105th pick, you don't have to be a complete starting level wide receiver. He was the 15th wide receiver taken in the draft. I mean, I don't know what the expectation really is going to be. So I feel that. I mean, like a rotational number 3, 4-ish type of wide receiver this year. I can see it.
You know, the thing about Pettis is so maddening is that, you know, he didn't have the strength to win at the line of scrimmage, and he didn't have the speed to run by you. So when you don't have the speed,
you see in him?
Yeah, he's a no-tool guy with blue hair. I mean, what did you fall for the blue hair?
The hair was the best part about him, honestly.
I mean, what was there? You know, when you can't run, you're going to get jammed. When you get jammed, you better be tough. He wasn't tough, and he wasn't fast. It's a horrendous. I'll tell you the guy though that I think is the sleeper guy that he's going to make the team is big play Tay Martin.
Okay,
remember Tay Martin? Grant?
Okay,
Tay Martin was the best player on the field in the Notre Dame Oak State Bowl game. He had like 9 catches for 109 yards. He was the best player on the field in the Big 12 title game. He did it in 2 different conferences. Did it at Wazoo, did it at Oak State, transferred because of the pandemic. He's 6'3". He's not strong, and he ran 4.55, 4.59 in that range. He's not a stopwatch guy, but Tay Martin has great ball skills. He can pluck the ball with his hands.
Yep.
He's a really good receiver, and they got him after the draft. Remember Tay Martin.
Here's my comp for him. Tell me if this rings true. Kendrick Bourne.
I like that one. I like Kendrick Bourne.
Bourne.
Kendrick Bourne might have been a little bit stronger. Okay. This guy, though, is
Kendrick Bourne is 27, but yeah.
And this guy believes that he's the guy. That's the other thing. You got to have confidence. This guy's got tremendous confidence.
All right,
Tay Martin was terrific at Oak State.
Let me give my answer. The rookie is going to make the biggest impact, I believe.
Yeah, who do you got?
Ty Davis Price. And this is my least favorite pick. I didn't like this pick at all. I felt like I don't think he's that good. I'm just not into it. He had 1 good year at LSU, but they need he's not a project. He's 220. He's a running back.
220 at the combine. He actually plays around 230.
Yeah, they need him to go. They need him to be good because Elijah Mitchell. I have a feeling the offense is going to be a lot different this year, and they're not going to lean on Mitchell as much anymore. I mean, he's good, but they had to use him sort of out of necessity last year because so many people were hurt. I think for the Ty Davis Price pick to be legit, he's not a project to show that he's worth it now. And I think he's going to be running a lot between the tackles, and we'll either see if he's good or not. But I think he has a legitimate chance to start week 1. And if he stays healthy, he has a legitimate chance to lead the team in rushing.
I think it's a good call. I mean, you know, outside of Jamarcus Russell, name me the LSU draft choice that's been a bust.
That's fair. That's absolutely fair.
I can't think of too many. I mean, there are a few, and people in the chat, I'm sure, will come up with something.
Zach Mettenberger.
Yeah, exactly. You know,
no, it's
going
right.
way back. But LSU produces really, really top flight guys. And this guy 225 pounds I think he's going to play around 230.
Yeah.
I love the highlight where he ran over the safety.
Yeah.
I think he's dynamic. And I think he's bigger and faster than Clyde Edwards-Helaire. But yeah, also his tackle breaking ability. I think he's going to be good. I know he's not LSU. This wasn't a vintage LSU team this year. So, they handed him the ball against Florida 36 times, 36 carries.
And he
had 24 the next week against Kentucky. So,
right.
But I do think that back's going to be good.
My question with him is I think it's a little bit like Mitchell, and I think he dropped a bunch of weight at the combine to run fast.
Yeah.
I think he plays at 230, but I think at the combine they weighed him in at 211, and he ran a 4.48, which is flying. Are you gonna show that speed? Because Mitchell ran a 4.35, and he doesn't look like a 4.35 guy at all. And when I watched Ty Davis Price on film, he doesn't look like a 4.4 guy. He looks like a 4.5 rumbler who builds up speed. His longest run in college was 40 yards. I'm curious about that pick, but he does run hard, and I think he's going to get a lot of carries. He better. Freaking better. Because you know what? Trey Sermon, wow, they gave up on that dude fast.
Well, I don't think they've given up on him.
You think so?
No.
Okay.
I think year two, first of all, Lynch loves him. Bobby Turner didn't. Bobby Turner's not there.
Bobby Turner didn't.
And he's too good of a player to just be like, no. He's too good. He looked good. I mean, we don't remember this because we were focused on the year and it was a snapshot in the whole year, Grant. But go back and watch Niners Seahawks and watch Trey Sermon in that game. And then you tell me that he's not good because he looked like a 225-pound slasher who was getting better. And he never really played after that. No. So I think watch for I'm not going to say Trey Sermon's a bust. I think Trey Sermon's going to fire in year two.
Fair. I just feel like for whatever, I don't know why the Niners, I don't know what they thought they saw in him, what drew them to him, because now it seems like their profile and what they look for in running backs is way different. Like TDP is way different than Trey Sermon. Trey Sermon was kind of agile, a little finesse, didn't always run as hard
as slide and that
kind of slide. This dude is not like that.
No,
this dude
hit the hole
over straight downhill. So I think
downhill, one cut, full speed.
Yep, that's it. And
Trey Sermon has a little bit. Trey Sermon can pick and slide, and he's nifty, and he can find. He's got nice feet. Bobby Turner hates that. He likes Frank.
Get downfield.
Yeah,
run hard.
Go.
Yep.
But I think Sermon will cure himself a little bit of that once he knows. Part of his pick and slide is his nature as a runner. Part of it is that he didn't know the offense.
Yep. And I think he was always a terrible fit with Jimmy Garoppolo in the under center stuff. I still think that Aaron Banks and Trey Sermon were drafted with Trey Lance in mind. And since that didn't happen last year, maybe we'll see them more this year because I think the offense, we're going to talk about that in a minute. I think the offense is going to be fundamentally different this year, structurally different. It's going to look different.
I think the running attack. Yeah, I think the running attack, it's not going to be as much outside zone. Right. It's going to be more power. It's going to be more varied runs. And I think you're right. I think Banks is not necessarily a fit for the outside zone, but if you're going to run, a different array of the types of runs you're going to do, then maybe he's a better fit.
Ninth Wonder Comics says, keep Kyle because he's good at coming in second place. That's just mean.
$1.99 for that.
And Juice Man Jerry says, how do we feel about Leon O'Neal Jr.? One of their they consistently have A+ undrafted free agent classes. Consistently. How do they do that?
This is why I like this draft class.
Yes.
Is that I think their undrafted guys
always
are as good maybe as the guys they drafted. I think there's some, and Leon O'Neal is a stiff player. He doesn't look good in coverage. But man, in a lot of ways, he's the prototype box safety. So maybe the reason that you're not bringing Tart back is because of Leon O'Neal.
And they got Donovan West, who legitimately might be better than the two offensive linemen they drafted.
The draft guide that one of the two draft guides that I bought had the 49ers taking Donovan West, Grant, with a 61st pick.
Wow.
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah.
So to me, they crush it. And then you mentioned the wide receiver. What's his name?
Big Play Tay.
Big Play Tay.
Big Play Tay.
And I'm sure they got a running back. They got a running back too. I don't know. I forget his name, but I guarantee he's great.
Yeah, they got the Georgia Tech running back who's got a little scoot to him. So
he's definitely getting 1,000 yards at some point. In the 49ers, there's no question.
Well, how about the guy Poe? How about the center they got? Poe. He might be a fullback. He might be a center.
Right.
He's definitely athletic at 295 pounds.
Yep. Marie says Nick Chubb looked slow at Georgia and Sony Michel looked fast. That is interesting. I remember thinking that Sony Michel had more. I think I liked Michel more coming out, and I was wrong. Damn, I was wrong.
Sony Michel impressed people at the combine with his interviews, though. That's where people really fell for Sony Michel. Tells you don't fall in love in an interview.
Don't fall in love with the combine. One of the things that the Steelers do that I really like is I think they really draft people that have been on their radar for years. Guys who are good as freshmen and sophomores. Anyway, I admire the way the Steelers draft. I think they have a philosophy and they stick to it, and they always have winning seasons. Anyway,
seriously, they're good. Kevin Colbert's he's a Hall of Fame general manager.
Hall of Fame.